I was not supposed to be here. It simply wasn't meant to be. Not with a busted knee and a drained bank account, and definitely not running a marathon in North Korea. But when this chance came up, I couldn't let it go. I had no plan, just a gut feeling and a passport, and a ringing voice in my head saying, "Go, now, or you'll regret it forever." So I trained through pain, I begged for sponsorships, and I boarded that flight to Pyongyang, wondering if I was making the biggest mistake of my life.
So what happens when you let go of fear and just take the leap of faith?
This is the story of how I risked everything to run through the most isolated country on planet Earth. You might be thinking, besides it being a hot topic, why on earth am I so hellbent on visiting North Korea? The truth is, I felt what it's like to be on the receiving end of a targeted media campaign, framing me as a propaganda puppet. That experience drastically altered my perception of the world. I saw just how easily narratives get weaponized, and how little we're encouraged to go out and seek our own truth. So now, when I'm advised not to go somewhere, you best believe I'm going to be skeptical. The unique experience, the opportunity that lies ahead, and couple that with the burning curiosity I have to find the truth, I couldn't get this idea out of my head.
It all started just over a year ago, where I was desperately searching for people to go with because I was petrified of getting Otto Warmbier. It was one of those pipe dream ideas that, tend not to come to fruition. I start scouring the internet for any way to get me into this crazy, secretive country. I mean, you can't just book a flight from anywhere. And there it was.
After 5 years, tourism is finally open again.
A trip to Razon in the northeast of the country. I'm going to North Korea. Oh my word. Well, fortunately, I couldn't even go anyway because for some mysterious reason, tourism was once again halted just after a couple of weeks. After building up the courage to go, I was back to square one. But then that is when I came across this.
There's a trip to the capital! You've gotta be. Who has got that kind of money to go on a 5-day trip?
Have you ever been in that position right now where there's a once in a lifetime opportunity staring at you down the barrel, but you have any one of 1,000 somewhat reasonable excuses to say no? I was gonna go to North Korea on a €700 tour. I've just had word yesterday that it's cancelled. I'm very disappointed about that. However, North Korea have opened up their capital. The first marathon since it's been open is going to be ran there. Oh yeah, that was the other piece to the pie. I think that's the phrase. Not only is this tour 3 times more expensive, but as we would be going as an amateur athlete as part of the sports delegation and it's not a tourism, we have to run in the bloody race. I've never ran a marathon. I've got an injured knee that I'm currently seeing physio for. I've barely even ran a 5 or a 10K. Am I absolutely insane to be even considering this trip that I cannot even afford? But for some reason, I've just got this feeling deep down that I have to do it. I will regret it if I don't. Now, if there's one thing you'll find out about me, it's that if I get something in my head, it's a 99% chance it's goddamn happening. Oh my God, this is so surreal. 1 month and I'll be going through the streets of Pyongyang, North Korea. So we train. We run a little bit more, and then a few days before the race, we were told we shouldn't run anymore. The state of my knee had deteriorated. Far too much training without much guidance was clearly not the smartest of ideas I'd ever had. Feeling dejected and discouraged, I was really down about the whole situation.
I started to think up all the worst possible scenarios that could happen.
No savings. Up knee. What if my camera gets taken off me? Is anyone even gonna watch these videos? At this point, my anxiety was off the charts. There's this idea that people have about content creators. Go somewhere exotic, film a bit, post it online and rake in the cash. But it's really not like that. I'm not saying this for sympathy. I absolutely love what I do and I would not change it for the world. But I put absolutely everything into these videos. Mentally, financially. There's no backup plan. I take on considerable risk just to be able to create content to put out there on the internet for free. I think just sometimes something out there recognizes that dumb, blind courage. Because after hundreds of emails begging any man and his dog to see the value in me
and this series. 12 hours before I was set to fly, somebody said yes. So in a nutshell, I owe this entire video and the series to them. And that's why this video is sponsored by NordVPN. Ironically, this is a tool that you can only use with an internet connection, and good luck getting one of those inside of Pyongyang. But everywhere else, NordVPN comes in absolutely clutch. A VPN, or a virtual private network, creates a secure encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet, so your data is not being tracked or monitored by anyone but you. But saying that, the real MVP for me is their threat detection and protection. To be honest, I'm often nervous when browsing, and I know I'm not alone. Phishing links that look legit and fake pop-ups saying your device is infected. It can be quite anxiety inducing, especially if you're not super tech savvy. And this is where their threat detection really declutters my mind from all of these worries. It handles everything in the background, blocking trackers, malicious sites, dodgy downloads, and sketchy ads. I honestly don't have the mental space to be thinking about all of these things, so it just gives me peace of mind, and to me that's priceless. A Nord subscription is pretty affordable. They've got 24/7 support on hand. They even have a 30-day money-back guarantee, so if you try it and you don't like it for any reason, they will give you your money back. On top of all of that, one account covers 10 devices, so you're protected everywhere. If you want to try it out, please use my link nordvpn.com/OllieTravel, or click the link down in the description. You'll get 4 months extra for free, as well as a huge discount, and you'll be greatly supporting the channel in turn. Thank you very much, and with that, let's get back to the story. So after all of that, I end up boarding the flight to North Korea. Oh, okay. And in a weird way, all of this was such a silver lining, because I had no mental capacity left to develop social anxiety as I usually would going to a place with a bunch of new people. And not only that, it completely slipped my mind that I was heading to a country that has no justice system, no embassies to help you, and I'm supposed to be running a bloody marathon. What? And then, as I start seeing the North Korean officials walking onto the plane, suited and booted, looking very serious and mysterious, I started to feel it. I started to think, where the f am I going? It hit me like a train, but I was there. I was ready, with a camera in my hand and an opportunity that lay ahead of me. I was ready to come and make the best videos I'd ever made and come out with a masterpiece.
Sorry? Okay.
Straight away, I was caught filming by one of the guards in the airport. Thank God it was the beginning of the trip and I had lots of spare underwear in my suitcase. How could I be so stupid? Are they about to take the one and only camera I have away from me? Am I about to walk home empty-handed? Gonna tell NordVPN I'm sorry, I can't fulfill that contract? Am I gonna have to sleep on the beach homeless? Panic over. They sprayed it. They gave it back to me. Thank God for that. We got away with one, boys. But anyway, the big day was finally here. Good morning. It's marathon day, baby. Woo! Oh man, it's been a long time since I've woken up at 6 o'clock. Check this out. This is nuts. We're on the 22nd floor here, and yeah, I mean, what can I say? We're fully in the clouds. Welcome to Pyongyang, baby. It's gonna be a good day.
There's about 200 people trying to come down the lift at the same time in the hotel. We wait 10 minutes for it. We end up running down the stairs. Now we're late for breakfast. We've been given 2 minutes to stuff our faces full of carbs. I guess it's our own fault. We're not waking up early enough. Morning, son. Come on.
Honestly, the craziest thing about today is the fact that we're going to be starting and finishing in the Kim Il-sung Stadium with 50,000 North Koreans watching. It's like, just 4 weeks ago, this was just a silly idea. And now here I am walking into a stadium full of 50,000 North Koreans cheering me on. As you can see, I needed a moment just to take it all in. This was hands down one of the most surreal moments in my entire life.
제31차 평양 국제마라톤 경기대회를 시작하겠습니다. 제31차 평양 국제마라톤 경기대회를 진행하게 됩니다.
We've undressed. It's ready for the big race. I think I'm going to run the fastest I've ever run with all this energy. Woo! Oh my goodness, it's about 5 degrees. It's absolutely bloody freezing. Come on.
Here are the pro runners.
We will be trying to follow their footsteps, but failing miserably.
Good luck, good luck, good luck.
Wow! This is fucking mental. Absolutely mental. With inflated egos and a lovely tasting energy gel down me, it was time to get started. And we're off, baby!
Bye-bye. Here we go.
Here we go.
Let's do it.
Go, go, go.
I don't think I've ever ran 10k before, so
Sorry,
it's going to be a little bit of a challenge.
With every step, every cheer, and every heartbeat, I'm creating a memory that will stay with me forever. Years from now, I'm not going to recall the swelling in my knee or the difficulty of stripping off in the cold. I'll remember the rush of being alive, running through the streets of Pyongyang, and how incredibly grateful I am to still be able to put one foot in front of the other.
Way! So we're still on the way forward to the turnaround point. A lot of the local kids are on the way back already. This is our turning point. Now every step we take is on the way back to the stadium, baby. Let's go. How many people can say they've ran to the capital city of North Korea kind of without supervision? Kind of.
As someone who obsesses over every what if, I've learned that no amount of planning replaces action. You can have all the theories in the world, but nothing ever happens until you take that first step. That's exactly what happened here. I booked that ticket to North Korea and figured out the rest on the way.
It's a crazy experience in my life, man. By far, by a country goddamn mile. This is gonna live with me until my grave.
I've made some decent decisions in my life, and oh yeah, some pretty horrendous ones too. Yet when I look back, I don't regret any of them. Each and every decision is what made me into the man I am today. Risk is simply the currency of adventure. I came here thinking I'd pull off the hero's story, a marathon in 4 weeks training against the odds. Instead, I ended up hobbling my way through a 10k. But that's just how it goes, isn't it? You don't get to choose what happens. You only get to choose how you respond. Today, I managed to drag myself over that finish line, running 10k for the first time in my life. And honestly, I'm pretty bloody proud of that. Sometimes we're so deep in the chaos of our own lives that we lose that macro perspective. But in moments like this, crossing that finish line, even if it wasn't the original plan, it reminds me that I'm actively moving forward. I'm actively trying to become the man I want to be.
That was one of the best things I've ever done in my life.
And that's really the essence of my message. Life isn't waiting for the perfect moment. It's a messy, relentless barrage of challenges and distractions. If we sit back and let every opportunity slip by because the timing isn't Goldilocks porridge, we're simply postponing our own life story. Because wading through muddy waters, even if we cock it up, it's better than forever thinking, what if? So when the next chance presents itself, let's try and block out the noise, say yes, figure it out as we go, and see where we end up. What's the worst that can happen? And hey, after all, know full well that any leap of faith you take today, no matter how it turns out, decades down the road when you're cracking open a cold one with the boys, you're gonna remember these times as the good old days.